you are saved, but you have these weights. God said, defeat the yeast. This is a time, if you know that you're bringing some of those things into the next year, get rid of the yeast. Get rid of it. Even if you find yourself trying to go back to it, get rid of it. Don't bring that into 2021. Set aside this year, this beginning, this month. Set aside, make it holy, so that the rest of the year, the rest of the decade will be blessed. God knows about your hang-ups, and I'm not trying to gloss over it, but you know that that's not God's best for you. So he said, defeat the yeast. Look at the scripture I got in Exodus chapter 12, verse 14. This day you are to commemorate for the generations. Everybody say the generations. In other words, the people that's coming behind you in your bloodline. If you don't take care of this, you're going to pass it down to your bloodline. He says, for the generations to come, for you shall celebrate it as a festival to the Lord, a lasting ordinance. Verse 15, for 7 days you are to eat bread without yeast. And on the first day, remove the yeast from your homes. And whoever eats anything with yeast in it on the first day through the seventh must be cut off from Israel. God said, I'm not playing with y'all. I want you to be wholly set apart so I can use you, but I can't use you when you get all these vices that you are allowing in your life as pet sins. Yes, Jesus died for your sins and he got the blood, plead the blood, but some of us are welcoming these things in, and then we're saying, okay, Lord, you know my heart, forgive me. Yes, he knows your heart and he'll forgive you, but you can remove the yeast from your house. I don't care how many times you got to remove it. You keep on removing it. You keep on removing it. You keep on removing it, and eventually you ain't gonna want it anymore. But you got to make the first step to remove the yeast. I felt that one. Verse 16. On the first day, hold a sacred assembly, or the first week, come to the house of worship. And he says, and on another one, on the seventh day, do no work at all on these days. I'm gonna pause right there. You got to learn how to also honor the Sabbath. Rest. Don't be on the grind all year long. Pause. Take a break. Y'all know me. I be taking my breaks, don't I? We ain't meeting this Sunday. Why? I honoring the Sabbath. My point is, I'm on the grind for the ministry. Yes, I want to make sure the Foundation of the World Church is a good, impacted ministry. But I get tired. Pastor get tired sometimes. So I sit down. And, me and my wife, we talked. I said, I'm going to try to preach only 3 times a month. On the 4th Sunday, I'm going to have one of y'all just preach. Because I need to make sure that I'm not running so hard that I'm not effective anymore. I need those rests. I need the Christmas breaks and the New Year's breaks and the Thanksgiving. I take advantage of those things. Oh, Memorial Day coming up, we ain't meeting, right? I mean, hurry up. Why? Because I'm trying to make sure that I'm honoring the Sabbath. My point is, and not that I'm lazy. I love the ministry, but y'all ain't about to kill me. I still want to look good. I want to keep my ways in my head. I don't want to lose none of my hair. My point is saying that is that I want to outlast. I've seen too many pastors burn out. And I don't want to be one of those guys that burn out. So he says, do no work. I know you're trying to do the ministry, but don't do work. Pause. Lay on the couch with your wife and watch Netflix. Don't worry about the sermon. Don't worry about Angela and this Minister Center. They got it. Boy, they got it. They can do it. You can just calm down, boy. Everybody calm down. So I have to learn how to calm down because I know that I won't be effective for the kingdom if I'm so tired all the time. So take your breaks, right? Let's keep going. Josh, you're doing pretty good today. Let's do 16 again. The first day, hold a sacred assembly, and on the other one, the 7th day, do no work on all these days except to prepare the food for everyone to eat that you may do. Verse 17, celebrate the festival of unleavened bread because it was this very day I brought you brought your divisions. Everybody say divisions. Your divisions out of Egypt. In other words, there are different kinds of churches. Divisions. Everybody may not be like everything, but that You're still part of the children of Israel. I'm a teacher. I don't hoop. I don't holler. I think it's great. I've got friends and family, and I have my spiritual dad. He hoops as well. But I'm not like everybody. So I'm a different kind of guy. Everybody can't get with me, and that's fine. But my point is, we're all divisions of the same body. And so he says, all of you all are on the same side. So make sure that you're doing all of this together. You may sound a little different. You may look a little different, but you know what? You ought to be saying the same thing. That's the main thing. All right? So, I mean, I'm not some, chakra guy manifesting. I'm a guy who preached Jesus. And I'm going to stay that way. And so even if I don't get along with other people who preach Jesus because I don't look like or sound like them, we're still on the same team. So I make sure that even when because sometimes we have to kind of get on our own selves in the church. I mean, I get it. It's not like you're like talking against them, but you're just like, that's not for me. And that's okay. But I'm not the enemy of them. Like a witch that are cursing churches. You see what I'm saying? So we're all different. He said, I brought you all out by divisions. You may be Judah, you may be Simeon, you may be Reuben, but you're all of the same people that's all coming out together. So the church needs to come together. We may be different, but we need to come together at least by the blood. Right? So celebrate this day for your generations to come. So you got to defeat the yeast on there. And again, it may not be a vice like that, but it may be a certain goal. I talked about marriage or business or whatever. Defeat the stuff that's holding you back. If you are trying to go a certain direction, but you got personality things that's holding you back, kind of start checking those personality things. I see all of these handsome guys that are single and these beautiful women that are single. And I'm going to talk about singles in February, but I see them and I'll be like, man, you're a handsome guy. Why are you still single? And he'd be like, well, I just hadn't found the right one yet. And then I talk to the young lady and I'll be like, why are you still single? Well, and I'm like, I'll be thinking to myself, if they could just come together and you start rejecting the guy flirts with you and you just reject him, don't stop rejecting him so fast. Just kind of listen a little bit. I know there are some creeps out there. And I'll talk about this in singles, but it's like some of those personalities may be the very thing that's keeping you at a certain stage. If you don't want to be single, you may have to open up a little bit and start listening. Yeah, he's a little goofy, but you probably need to listen to him a little bit. My point is, you got to develop new habits. It may not be a sin vice, but it's something else that's keeping you in an area where you don't need to be like that. And if you know that you're going to be a business owner, or since I'm talking about singles, if you know you're going to be married, then move in that direction. How I know I'm supposed to be married? Well, are you burning down there? Yeah, okay, you probably need to be married. Yeah, we said it like that at this church. My point is, if you know that that's the desire, then maybe you need to work on your personality so that you can move in that direction. Just saying. I'll be honest with yourself, that's all. My point is, don't be so selfish and stopping what God is trying to do in your life when you know inside, I'm supposed to be a husband, I'm supposed to be a wife. Okay, then start moving in that direction. Take little steps in that direction. I'm not saying go out there and give somebody a lap dance. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying go around eagles if you're going to find an eagle. Just go, put that nice dress on and go out there and, walk across the road or something. Let them see you switch. I'm just telling you, if you're going to catch a husband, you got to have some wisdom. And I mean, he ain't gonna come with precious Lord and slinging oil. No, you need to get a dress that's like, oh my Lord, who is that? I'm trying to tell y'all, I've been married for almost 18 years. You with me? If you supposed to be married, then this lady, show what you're working with. With taste. I'm not gonna get some freakum dress, but you're gonna have to at least show that I am interested. Go around and laugh at the corny jokes. I am interested. And don't shoot him down because he's too corny. Just say, okay, yeah, you're a little cute, but all you gotta do is say he's cute. You're like, oh, really? Then that's all he needs. That's all he needs. She said I'm cute. He gonna chase after you. My point is, if you want to be married or want to own a business, you got to start moving in that direction, no matter how hard it is on your psyche. That's all I'm trying to say. Defeat the yeast. The stuff that's keeping you in a certain area, get rid of it. Hey, I hope you liked that video. There's a whole lot more where that came from. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. But did you know we also have an online ministry school? All you have to do is just take your Apple device or your Android device and go to the Play Store and find the Foundation of the World Church and download that app, and we can start training you in ministry right now.